He's outlawed their language, their religion. Christmas no longer going to be Orthodox. It has to be December 25th. And you expect them to accept this?
Right. So, Martin, I think that leads to one last question. And I have to confess, it is an extremely hypothetical question because it's a situation that's never going to happen. But would you then see that, because there's always been discussions about, could we ever put an end to war? And from what you're telling me, but the only way that would ever happen is if all national borders were divided upon perhaps not just ethnic lines, but also economic lines, as we're seeing happening with Alberta, probably separating from the rest of Canada. If we ever had a system like that, and as I said, I recognize it's just not going to happen. So this is a very hypothetical question. But if we ever had that, do you think it would put an end to war?
There is no war when people are fat and happy. War comes when the economy turns down. Look at the Middle East. People don't understand it because we drew the borders.
Yes.
We carved out the Ottoman Empire. You go to Syria. They don't see themselves as Syrians. The Shiites versus Sunni versus Kurds. They all see themselves differently. Religions, ethnic lines, etc. So drawing these borders, oh, that's Syria. Oh, this is Iraq. We did that.
Yes.
Not them.
Churchill and company redrew the Middle Eastern map after the First World War. I'm familiar with that bit of history. And yeah, they paid no attention to the ethnic groups. They stuck different ethnic groups that historically hated each other for thousands of years into the same country. Well, what do you think is going to happen?
Yeah, they were just, I don't know if they were delusional about that, didn't think about it. I don't know. But, oh, this is mine. You can have this. It's like, Monopoly game or something to them, I guess. But that's not the way, we have to respect humanity. Communism failed because it tried to change humanity. You can't do that. And somebody is going to want to work. Others are not going to want to work. It's just the way it is. We're not all the same. Some people like action movies. Other people like love movies. I mean, come on. I mean, it's not everybody's the same. And when governments get into this position, I had a friend who grew up in East Germany. And when the wall came down, his father went and got his Stasi file. And he came home and he started punching holes in the wall. He thought his father was like deranged or something, and he's pulling out microphones. And in his Stasi file, everybody he thought was a friend was ratting on him. And he said his father, after reading that, he would never speak to anybody again other than family. This is what governments do. I mean, you can look this up. They had a shocking, they were called the smelling jar room. They actually sent people into your house to take your used underwear and put it in a jar. In case you disappeared, they could then pull that out, give it to a dog. The dog would sniff it and find you.